Hello, everyone. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. That good?
Yep.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Oh, message redacted. You didn't want to say that message, huh?
They barked three
testing.
times, so they had to redact it and try again.
All right, what's going on, everybody? JBuck Live. We are about to get started. I gotta click something over here. Good to be back. Feels so long. Finally, this month, 2020, will be over. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios and JBuck Live Tuesday nights. What is going on, everyone? I'm back.
I'm also back.
Nolan's back as last time as well. From last week's show, he is still chilling with us. We had a good holidays. Went back, had Thanksgiving, but we also did Christmas and everything together.
That's right.
No spoilers of what we got and whatnot, but how'd you think our holidays went?
I thought it was pretty great. I mean, I got this cool Style Boys t-shirt. If you haven't seen Popstar, you're still missing out. We talked about that last week.
Yep.
And this shirt is from that movie. So, yes, very cool. I thought it was great. What'd you think?
I thought it was fun. It was nice to get back and whatnot. And I will say, obviously we're sitting close. He did get a COVID test, so we're good. For all the people in the chat giving me a hard time. But we went back, and my parents, obviously they're a little bit older, so we were wearing masks. We were social distancing. It kind of felt like a buffet line because we we weren't allowed to scoop up our own food. They were very much in charge of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was definitely fun and whatnot. And also, people live here on YouTube. Also, if you want to watch live on TikTok, we are doing JBuck Live on both platforms right now. But we got some people over on YouTube already. We have me. It's me in the chat. We have Mr.
I think you missed a couple me's.
Oh, me. Sorry. I got your name wrong. We got Toast. What is going on, Toast? And we got Mr. I-100 as well as Jalen Snowden as well.
Mr. I-100 is my favorite. He's glad to see me.
He's your guy. He's your guy.
My guy.
I mean, again, I think Nolan, you'll be here next week as well.
Yeah.
So he'll be here one more week. So it's going to be more of a kind of a casual show. I did throw a show together with some notes and whatnot, news stories in the last 30 minutes. I will be honest, we had some internet issues, so it's all kind of... There won't be too many visual aids, but we have some fun stuff planned. A What's in the Box. We have a Shot Ones promo, if you look over on the sidebar right there. I really want to go in depth on that. Okay.
Should we just show the whole thing?
We should just show the whole thing. But Nolan has helped me graciously. What time did you go to bed today?
I think I went to bed at 9 o'clock this morning.
So he was essentially up literally all night long working on the edit of Shot Ones. It is probably, 95% done?
I'd say, yeah. Yeah.
There's a few little tiny fixes and whatnot.
Little things we might want to add in, maybe clip a scene here. But
Yep. So we will be showing, obviously, a promo of that, about a minute promo of just fun scenes that are cut together and whatnot. But Shot One's finally a thing. Seth Ott in the chat is actually kind of the host of that. He's from the SoCo show. It's really cool, really fun. It turned out way better than I thought it would.
It turned out.
Yeah, it turned out for sure. But aside from that, I'm trying to think of what else is really big going on. We had the holidays. We have Shot Ones. Also, all the you people asking last week, I finally opened up my PS5. I went out. I treated myself. I got a 4K TV for Black Friday. Thank you, Seth, for recommending what TV to get. But also, So 4K plus the PlayStation 5, like, my God. Miles Morales looks
that controller,
so
dude.
damn good. The controller, like, we might have to just have a whole 5-minute conversation about PlayStation 5 and the controller and everything like that, because the controller, when we were playing with Astro's Playroom, it is so insane, the detail.
Yeah, you can feel it, like, all in every inch of the controller. You can feel the vibrations and stuff, and the haptic feedback is super cool. So, yeah, I have an Xbox. In high school, all my buddies had Xbox, so I got one too. But just having, like, played on the new PS5, I'll probably go PS5 when I get one next gen. When the people that decide to pay me more money for editing Jared's videos.
Exactly. We got David Gilland in the chat over on TikTok. What's going on, sir? Things are doing great. We have some fun movie stuff to talk about, but also, again, it's kind of going to be laid-back show. We didn't get around to The Mandalorian episode 5. We did watch it, though.
We did watch it.
We woke up not really early, but we watched it. It's crazy. We're going to definitely talk about that for sure. Yeah, Seth is going to come down and adjust my settings of my TV for sure. And then I-100 it's about time, Jared, you open up. I know, the thing is, it's been sitting in my room for like 2 weeks, so we're all open. We got all that out of the way. Nolan, do you have anything else? There hasn't really been much. Just
working on stuff and trying to stay warm. I live in Texas now. And it's much not better. Better. It's much better there.
That is the right word.
That is the right word. That is what I meant to say. Iowa's cold. I don't like it. But we're here, so we're doing things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing. Is like, you're here, so I'm kind of just feeding you, and you're doing all of my work for me. So
that's right.
Good shit for sure. Anyways, laid back show. Some of the technical difficulties will probably be present for people on YouTube. TikTok, though, you got up close personal. You got a raw look at us right now. But without further ado, let's get into the beginning portion of JBuck Live, known as the Quickies. All right, people, we are in the Quickies portion of JBuck Live, the portion of the show where we quickly talk about news stories, I guess.
It's your show, man.
I know. I like being funny. Come on. You're ruining the illusion of the show.
I won't be invited back next
week. But no,
I
did do some fun news stories and whatnot that we can talk about. Nolan, are you a Mission Impossible fan? Tom Cruise, the last action not superhero, but
like movie star. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan. I feel they exist and they're fun, and that's, they're movies.
Okay. All right. Anyways, though, Mission Impossible 7. I know, Cody, you are a big fan of it. I don't know if he's in the chat, but they were spotted. They're continuing filming resuming the filming of the 7th movie, because I think they were over in Norway. Now they're over in Rome, and they had to like quarantine and whatnot. But there's some sick shots of him doing some essentially car chases and vehicle stunts and whatnot. I don't have the visual aids for all of you people, but you have to just trust me. Tom Cruise is still killing it. He's probably going to explode a car, somehow walk away with it, without getting hurt. Because the last film, he actually broke his ankle, I think, in a shot in the actual movie. Like,
really?
He's jumping the building, and then he just finished it off.
What? Unrelated? Is it Django Unchained? Someone impaled themselves or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He cut his hand open, and blood and everything like that, but he continued to play it out, and they left it in the movie. I know you're a fan of Star Wars. I am a fan of Star Wars, and unfortunately we had some rough news this last week. David Prowse, who played the original Darth Vader, he unfortunately passed away, but he was 85, so I would say he lived a long life.
He got to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, some of you people out there that might not know the backstory, like, he played Darth Vader, but then they switched out his voice for James Earl Jones
without telling him.
I know.
Yeah.
Which would have been like, what the heck? But you watch the old stuff back, or you watch the original footage back. they needed to do it.
It's just some normal sounding dude with a muffled voice because of the mask.
But from what I had read and heard, and I think he was in some documentary as well. They did a documentary about him, or he was in another Star Wars one. He did a lot of cons. He was very good to his fans and everything like that. I will say, though, apparently it came out that his daughter said that he passed away from COVID complications. So everyone out there, you on TikTok, you on YouTube, wear your masks if you're going outside.
Wear your mask.
Like, do that stuff.
It's very easy to do.
Yeah, so that was kind of a shake to the universe far, far away. This is a dumb news story. Basically, they were going to, speaking of COVID, they were going to shut down a COVID testing site in LA for some movie that they were going to film. I wrote this news story down. I don't even want to talk about it. It's some TikTok star.
So stupid.
As I'm live on TikTok, they were going to shut down a testing site. Don't do that. We need that right now. Who cares? It's a movie. We're going to skip over that. Super Mario World, though. This is awesome because there's one that's coming up in Orlando. There's one over in Japan. Unfortunately, here in the U.S. and everything's a little bit slower. You know, everything's shut down. But the one over in Japan, they are opening Super Mario World.
It freaking looks like
February 4th.
Oh
so
my
in
God.
2 months, essentially. And I don't have the visual aids, but they showed like a 40-second like kind of teaser of
that
the
video.
park.
Oh my goodness. It looks amazing.
It literally
looks like the video game.
I want to go there. And yeah, not just a movie. She's all that remake. Basically, that's what they shut the COVID thing down. It's a gender switch.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, fan gesture. I don't even want to talk about it. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. But this Super Mario World, go and Google this and look at the images because you literally put on a costume, put on the outfit, and go hang out in this world because it looks awesome.
Well, it's like they took real life and then they cranked up the vibrancy of like the world somehow. It looks like the video game, and it's crazy.
And the thing
really
is,
cool.
the little look that they gave us was of the roller coaster ride, which is Mario Kart, and essentially what they're doing.
Get it? Because
Well, I don't get it.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
But apparently the technology they're using is it's like you're on a track, but they're putting you in VR goggles for it.
Oh really?
So I
didn't even
think
see
you're
that
like
part.
I don't know exactly how it's all gonna work and stuff, but it sounds awesome for sure.
Wait, so can I like drop turtle shells at my?
I honestly I think if they set it up the way that I'm imagining, is they'll take 8 of you, put you in this AR or VR thing, and you're literally driving the car.
That's so cool.
That would be so cool.
That would be. Because you would feel like the movement of the roller coaster as you drive. Man.
I will be honest. I'm very envious that they get it before us. But when and if it comes to Orlando, because essentially construction is halted, I'm excited for it. But the thing is,
it kind of makes sense to me that they'd get it. I mean, he originates in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's let them have it first. They earned it.
Well, I mean, if anything, they should have put it in Italy. Right?
It's just a big pipe network there.
But yeah, that world, check it out. Looks awesome. Jen over on Twitter, she's the one that always keeps me updated on this because she knows that myself and Toast here in the chat are fans of that. So that looks really cool. And then some fun news for the quickies. I added this because I thought it was really funny. George Clooney. Everyone knows who he is. Famous
Clooney,
movie
man.
star. He's beautiful. I think he probably won most sexiest man or whatever. Probably People's at,
least
one point.
10 years in a row.
Yeah. So in an interview recently, it came out that he's been cutting his hair himself for 25 years. But not only him just cutting his hair, he's been using a Flowbee to cut his own hair. You know,
Furby?
No, a Flowbee. Do you know what a Flowbee is?
I actually don't know.
So, do you remember Wayne's World?
Yeah.
The opening where the guy's using the vacuum to cut his hair? George Clooney said that for 25 years, he's been cutting his own hair with this haircut vacuum combination machine, and I think that is the coolest thing ever. This guy has millions of dollars. He's the spokesperson of coffee, and he cuts his own hair with a vacuum cleaner. That is the coolest thing ever.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I had to write that down because I haven't even heard of the Flowbee since literally Wayne's World. I knew of it and that stupid infomercial and everything like that. But yeah, that is.
I guess once you find something you like, you just stick to it.
And that's the thing is, like, I wouldn't say he has bad hair.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, like, you look at him, he looks like he's got it put together. So,
yeah.
And he said that it literally takes like 10 seconds. He's just like,
dude, maybe we're missing out on Flowbee.
Maybe that's what I need to do, because think of the money you spend per haircut, the time you would save. Everyone go out there, buy a Flowbee right now.
This video is sponsored by Flowbee.
Yeah, hit the ad. But that's kind of the quickies. We have George Clooney cutting his own hair, Super Mario World, She's All That remake, reboot with a TikTok star,
Jesus.
Gender swap, whatever. Darth Vader passing, Mission Impossible.
A quick question, since we're in the quickies, what do you think of gender swap movies?
Some work, some don't.
Okay.
I wrote down here specifically for this She's All That movie, which it would be He's All That, I'm assuming.
Right.
I don't think that it works the other way around. Maybe it's just the way that we were conditioned in the 90s, but I'm just like, is a super hot chick going to go after a low-rent, busted-up dude, give him a makeover, and then go after him?
I mean, probably not.
That's what they're going for, though.
My whole thing with the gender swap movies is I just make a new movie, something different, because we've already seen it before in the other way. I don't know, some work, some don't.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a good one that does work.
I'm struggling because like the Ghostbusters remake wasn't very exciting.
They had
what was
problems.
The Oceans with
Actually,
9?
Ocean's 8. I liked that.
Was that
one.
I didn't see that one, but I heard it was kind of mixed reception on that. So
yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully they do a good job with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's TikTok stars that are doing it. But anyways, people, those are the quickies. Let me know in the chat which ones kind of stuck out at you and whatnot. We have Jacob Baxter jumping in here. What's going on, Jacob? Makes for a good movie, yeah, for sure. If so, find me a super hot chick to make me look pretty and whatnot, and then she can fall in love with me.
Hit me up if there's a market I'm missing out on.
You can hire me. I have nothing going on right now.
I have so much time.
Yes. Anyways, people, that has been the quickies. Let's get the hell out of here. Fanjecture, you jumping on TikTok too?
What a guy.
Yeah, you need to like DM me so I can follow you over there. Anyway, for the show rundown, I have Shot One's promo right now. Should we do the Shot One's promo?
It is the next thing on the list.
Okay.
It's right there.
Should we do it? Okay. So anyways, yeah, what Shot Ones is, it's a completely original idea. We did not copy Hot Ones whatsoever.
Wait, what's Hot Ones?
What? I don't know.
I've never even heard of.
I've heard of cold ones. Like,
cold ones,
like
yeah.
Coors.
Yeah.
Give me throw me a cold one
with the boys.
Yeah, with the boys.
With the boys. Yeah.
No, Shot Ones. Buddy Seth in the chat, he brought this idea to me. He's kind of the host of it. I am the first guest on it, and we filmed it. We had a fun time with it. Basically, it's the format of Hot Ones, but alcohol. And I don't know how to edit. Nolan edited it all. Basically, Room 56 Studios, the company that we have together, is the ones behind it. So, without further ado, we put together a 45-second to a minute promo. So, this is going to be Shot Ones.
This is it.
Here it comes, people. And people on TikTok, if you want to check out what Shot Ones is, jump over to my YouTube and check out the live stream. All right, 3, 2, 1, Shot Ones.
Welcome to JBuck Studios presents Shot Ones, the show where we take tough shots to answer tough questions.
Woo!
Jared, how do you feel?
I don't know.
We got a new selection, some old, some new here. We tap it, bop it, and then down it. That didn't. This is a real show. This is something we were putting some time into. For me in college, I remember like experimenting. That one hit me in a weird spot.
No, yes, I remember my first year. You know, you're a goddamn gremlin, and you're like, whatever can I have to drink? Number 1 is chlorine. right, people. So that is the first look at Shot Ones. For people on TikTok, we have Jesse Bailey jumping in here. If you want to check out what Shot Ones is, jump over to my YouTube. It's a fun new show that we have coming out. But that is just a taste of what...
a taste of a shot.
A taste of a shot.
It's like a shot of Shot Ones.
Yes, it is. It's just a sprinkle.
Just a little bit.
A little.
Oh.
Yep. But it is funny because I hadn't seen that footage in probably 4 months, and you were sitting there giggling like a little schoolgirl putting it together. So I'm glad that it
made someone laugh.
Stood the test of time a little bit like that. What do we have here? Some Hot Ones needs to be careful. I just think found my new favorite show.
That's right. That's I-100.
And Seth is saying that's incredible. Yeah, Seth, I apologize
Seth's
for...
in that video.
Yeah, I apologize for cutting up the clip that says, yeah, in college I experimented, and then I just cut it right there. How many shots before Jared took his shirt off? Fanjecture, you will have to tune in to find out what happens on the first episode of Shot Ones, which will probably be done this week.
I'd say, yeah.
And it will be exclusive for a week or two on JBuck Studios Patreon. So if you really want to see it right away, jump over there, donate to the lowest tier because it'll be available to anyone and everyone on Patreon, and then it'll be available to the public.
What is your lowest tier? Is it 69 cents?
It should be. It should be. I mean, actually, if I'd made it $1 after taxes, it's probably
about
69 cents. But yeah, they... I'm really glad that you did that for me. It turned out great. Seth, thank you so much for the idea. And it's really funny because Seth is trying to keep me on track, and I am just... The more alcohol that is put in me, the more I'm getting off track, and it's fun.
The more nonsense that comes out, except for when he asked you to spew nonsense.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
So yeah, check that out. That'll be very soon. Obviously, I'll be posting about it on all the social medias. For sure. So that's Quickies. That's Shot One's promo. Let's get into some actual, like, bigger topic news. Again, this is going to be more of a laid-back show. I don't even know how much we can talk about Van Helsing, because are you, sir,
I know nothing,
a fan of Van Helsing? You are not.
No,
The 2004 movie.
it.
The 2004 movie with Hugh Jackman.
9 years old.
And he's beat. Man, you're really dating yourself there. He beats up vampires, man. He's a vampire hunter. But there's a werewolf, and then he has all these cool gadgets, like
claws that come out of his hand.
No, that's Wolverine.
Dang it!
Close. They didn't mix up
cross universe.
Yeah, they didn't cross universe. But I was a big fan of that movie, even though it's notoriously bad. I think I can admit that it's not great. I love it though, just like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and everything like that. But apparently Universal is kind of teaming up with James Wan, and then also the director of Overlord, which came out a couple years ago. Did you ever see Overlord?
I don't think so.
Okay, so basically it's World War II with zombies.
Oh, cool.
Kind of.
So Call of Duty.
Basically, yeah, it's really cool. It's really fun.
Nice.
So that's the thing is, if they take that kind of gritty nature and combine it with, monsters and a guy that's kind of hunting monsters, vampires, werewolves, all that stuff, like, I am totally on board for it. Did you see The Invisible Man, the remake one?
How could you see him?
Oh my god. Okay, guys, he will not be back next week. We're gonna have to cut him from the show.
I'm done.
Anyways, like, the Universal came together and they were trying to do like a dark universe with all of the Universal monsters, the Wolfman, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Invisible Man.
Yeah.
All that
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're
And
talking
it completely fell apart after the Mummy
because it was terrible.
It was terrible. But then they're kind of redoing it, making it more kind of grounded, lower budget, more technologically leveled, I guess, technology.
Yeah.
So Invisible Man is kind of the one that's kicking that off, and I think that they were going to blend that in to Van Helsing potentially.
Okay.
And then also Ryan Gosling is supposed to be the Wolfman at some point.
I'm cool with that.
I am so on board for where
Yeah.
they're gonna go with this. Again, who knows if it's gonna be present time? They update it with this Van Helsing. If they get like a random no name in as the lead for it, but.
So question.
Yeah.
Does every... I don't know about every... I don't even know how to phrase the question. Do we need to see more interconnected movie universes?
And see, I'm glad you bring up that question, because I think that it's a thing you build off and do your own. Like, Invisible Man, 100%, it's a standalone.
Sure.
There could be things that could connect with future movies, but they didn't, like, leave a teaser where, like, a Nick Fury walks in and says,
Okay.
"So, you're the Invisible Man. Have I got a team for you?" And then you hear like a werewolf in the background like, "Ooh!" No, they didn't do that. I think leave it as its own thing. The thing is, with Van Helsing, with him going after monsters and stuff, I'm curious if that one would be more directly tied into the Wolfman and everything like that. But yeah, it's kind of cool news that because James Wan is the one that's kind of behind the Conjuring franchise, that whole universe, because he built out that universe, because all those movies are connected as well, which I think that has done a fairly good job of tying all that together. He's also working on kind of the Aquaman stuff, but yeah, with the guy from Overlord, if they capture that kind of lower, high intense, really gruesome, weird vibe, essentially, I'm on board for Van Helsing, man.
Sounds good.
Again, I don't have my visual aids or links to read more on the story, but yeah, that's Van Helsing. I'm looking forward to it. I like some weird stuff. Jacob in the chat is saying he loves Van Helsing as well. I am all in for this. Yeah, hell yeah.
We do have a question over here on TikTok. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Margot Robbie?
I'm gonna say a 10.
I would. So I'm gonna learn y'all something today. I'm gonna teach you about the binary scale.
Ooh,
Yes.
Listen up, people.
So for eons, we have used the 1 to 10 scale, and I know this is true. I've researched this for upwards of 3 seconds.
I went to college. I got a degree in it.
I got a degree in it. No, so the binary scale takes all of the judgment out of it, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, I mean, really, what's the difference between like a 7 and an 8 or an 8 and a 9? It's all
7
so judgmental.
In my mind, a 7 and an 8, huge difference.
You think so?
I would say I'm a rock solid 7. You tell me I'm an 8, not good.
I guess not. But the binary scale it's yes or no. Mm-hmm. Are you into her or not? For me, Margot Robbie, 1. That's a yes. If you're not into her, 0. It takes all the judgment out. It takes all of the hurt feelings.
Well, it's flip a coin.
Yeah, because so like here's the question: if someone says Nolan, you're a 6, I'm like, well, I'm a little hurt by that because I could have been a 7, 8, 9, or 10. But if they're like Nolan, you're a 1, man, I'm feeling great. I'm on top of the world today because I'm a 1. So just take the judgment out. Take the hurtfulness out and just binary.
Yeah.
Yes or no. Margot Robbie, 1.
Now, when I'm reviewing movies, I can't do that. I'm still going to stick on my normal scale.
No, this is only when you're being shallow and judging people's looks.
Boom, there we go. And then we have someone saying boyfriend, 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 boyfriend. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Hugh Jackman? Oh, he's 10, man.
10, yeah, 10.
Oh my
10,
God,
10.
I could wash my clothes on those abs.
I could wash my body on him.
Boom, there we go. The lotion locomotion, people.
Mm-hmm.
Another fun thing, I think, was it last week we talked about Wonder Woman?
Maybe.
I don't know. I really don't know.
We talk a lot.
Yeah, my weeks and everything blend together. But Wonder Woman 84 is coming to HBO Max, but also the movie theater at the same time. Good thing, because some people were worried about this, that the HBO Max app isn't the best. They did announce today that Wonder Woman, with the release of that on HBO Max, that will be available in 4K, HDR, Dolby Surround, all that bullshit.
Gotcha.
Which is, I think that changes my opinion of seeing it on the platform versus seeing it in the movie theater a little bit. Plus, since I got a new TV,
yeah,
it makes my life a little bit better because I will see Wonder Woman. Fingers crossed, the bit rate and how they stream it is up to that standard and whatnot. But I mean, Wonder Woman is cool that it's going to be in, like, their HBO Max is rolling out a higher quality because I know Netflix has that, but also they are saying that they're going to release HBO Max on more platforms. Like Roku, I believe, doesn't have it right now.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a huge problem.
Yeah, and a few other ones, because I mean, that's how Apple TV was, where it literally was nowhere, and then they finally just made it available, like on PlayStation 5, I know it is, I think PlayStation 4, all of those apps now, or systems have that. So I think that if you're going to release this movie worldwide, you want as many people as possible watching it, as good of quality as they can, to get people onto your platform. So I think this is a great thing to do. I'm curious, people in the chat, do you have HBO Max? Are you going to get HBO Max if you don't have it just for Wonder Woman? Would you?
Probably not.
No, probably not. Because that would you say MCU, DC, or do you not have a bias?
Oh, I'm very much into MCU over DC,
Okay.
EU. I've seen a few of the DC movies in theaters. I thought Shazam was just a heck of a lot of fun, great film, but so much of it has been massively disappointing, such that I'm not really willing to pay a monthly subscription to see that movie.
Yeah.
I saw the first I've seen like probably 80% of it. It was like kind of on in the background. So what I need to do is really just sit down and watch that and actually evaluate it on its own. But so many of the DC movies that have come out have just really been bummers to me. So I'm just not that excited for it, I guess. I'm more excited for like Black Widow. Which who knows when we'll actually get that one, but
I think that this Wonder Woman is going to be
a testing ground.
It's the testing grounds for everyone and anyone out there.
Well, that and Soul, right? Because it's coming to Disney,
Plus,
but it's not going to have like the pay extra to. That's not the Mulan of it all.
Nope. Yeah, they learned their lesson. Disney Plus learned their lesson with Mulan.
Ridiculous.
I believe they did. God, who knows? But the thing is, all you have to have is Disney Plus. It comes there, but also, unlike Wonder Woman, where that is going to HBO Max and the movie theater, Soul is exclusively to Disney Plus. So I mean, if you're sitting at home over the Christmas, the holidays, you don't want to talk to your family anymore, you have two great movies to watch on Christmas. Wonder Woman and Soul. Just boom, 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 knock those out. Seth is saying, as long, like, he's on board for this as long as they don't raise the prices, because as we know, Netflix 4K is a little bit more expensive, which I was looking into that, but maybe I don't know if it's worth it.
Like he's saying it's like $18 a month, and I actually think in January they're raising prices again on Netflix, because I think I had the 1080 streaming plan, and they sent me an email saying that the price is going to increase. And I'm thinking, Netflix, how many times... I mean, I've been a Netflix customer for 7 years now. How many times are you going to raise the price on me when every other streaming app it's stayed mostly the same? I mean, if not gotten cheaper, I bundle Hulu with Spotify. So Hulu's basically free. I don't know...
Well, you can also bundle Hulu with Disney Plus.
You can, can't you? Yeah. Well, and then they also have Verizon. You can get Disney Plus on Verizon.
Yep.
I just use your Disney Plus.
Hey, man.
I mean, I pay for it. I'm a responsible consumer in society. Dismantle capitalism at its core.
Only one person everyone knows in their group has a Netflix.
Yeah,
They're all using it. The other person has HBO Max. They're all using it. Come on, let's be honest, people. But yeah, that's kind of the bigger topics, I would say. We have Wonder Woman, and we also have Van Helsing that I was excited for. Mr. I100 in the chat is saying that he will be getting HBO Max on Christmas Day. That's a good day to get it, especially like if you have a Disney Plus. You got two great options to watch.
Well, and that's the return that they're looking for. They're saying, can we release movies that are big enough and interesting enough that people would subscribe to our service? Because I feel pretty bad for Pixar, because I don't know a single one of their movies that hasn't turned out a massive box office success, and now they're giving Soul basically away. And I'm thinking, wow, they're missing out on so much revenue. They're really counting on the appeal and allure of the movie to bring people to Disney Plus and start subscribing, and hopefully to get hooked and continue that subscription fee. So I actually wish them luck. I've heard really amazing things about Soul in particular. And I mean, based on the response to Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman 84 is shaping up to be a really, really great movie, especially with that time setting and George Orwell's 1984. I'm sure they're going to play with that. So,
yeah, it's a whole longer, more in-depth conversation about what do you do with these movies that should have come out 7 months ago.
Yeah.
Do you shelf them? Do you push off that revenue? Do you write it off on your books? It's business. It's all that crap and stuff.
They're experimenting with a lot of stuff.
Let's see here. On the rundown, I have... So on the sidebar, I have Mandalorian episode 5. We'll get into that in just a second. We actually have a holiday Christmas version of What's in the Box.
Ooh.
So What's in the Box is coming back.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Let me find the sounder for What's in the Box, and we will get right into that.
What's in the box? Is it for me? I can't wait to see.
What's in the box? What's in the f***ing box?
What's in the box?
It's like name that Pokemon,
Name
except it's
that
butt plugs.
Pokemon. We're watching the replay down here. God, I love
going
that
live.
sounder. What is going on, Logan? What's going on, sir? Thank you so much for jumping in here. So what's in the box? This is a very special one to myself because, again, we talked about at the top of the show, we went back for holidays, we had Thanksgiving, but we also did Christmas at the same time because you and my sister will be back here from Austin. It was just easier for us to do all of the holidays together. Plus, we don't know if I'll be able to see my parents over Christmas because of everything that's going on right now.
We tried to condense it as much as we could and do it as safely as we could.
Yeah.
With what we had.
Yeah. Anyway, backstory. My sister is notorious for getting
Really good gifts.
really good gifts.
Just really good
There's
gifts.
always one person at our holidays that the gift is so good they start crying. Last year there was these hand-drawn pictures that my sister did that meant a lot to my father because he builds houses and they were all of his houses that he built, and he broke down in tears. This year I apparently spun the wheel and I was the one that was supposed to get the tears.
You were close.
I held it back because
You were close.
because I had to, I had to impress. I had to be the manly man.
You've got this manly exterior to uphold.
Yes, but there has been like two. I never buy anything for myself, and there's a handful of things that I'm like, I want that because it's nostalgia. It brings me back to a childhood. It is just something I absolutely
Just
adore
meaningful.
and love. It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So, you. With my sister, they went and got me a refurbished Jungle Green N64. And shit you not, like, I had this growing up, and I sold it to get a PlayStation 2, and I was so upset that I did it. You want to hold that?
Yeah.
So there's one controller. It looks so nice. Show the people.
Here we are, N64.
But then,
Jungle
my God,
Green.
look how good this is. It's pristine.
Professionally
It's-
refurbished.
It is the best. Like, honestly, if my house is on fire, I'm probably saving this now. Like, this is, no lie, Jill, I know you're in the chat. This is maybe the best gift I've ever got in my life. Because it was taken from me, because I was a foolish child.
You were what, 10?
I mean, who is allowed to sell games to GameStop at 10 years old? You know,
It really it should be illegal.
it should be illegal.
Yep.
But my God, I got a Jungle Green N64, 2 controllers. I have all of my original games, or most of my original games.
We gotta play some Mario Party.
I know.
Dude.
I don't even know if I want to like
Turn it on?
use it. I
Yeah.
want to put it in a case and put it. It belongs in a museum, people. But my God, this week's what's in the box is this freaking awesome N64 with Jungle Green. My God, look at this. Look at this, people. Look at this.
When did the N64 come out?
97, I think.
7? I thought it was a little earlier than that.
I think it was
maybe
end of 96 because I know that when it was released, I don't even think Mario was even out yet, which ended up being the first game. But yeah, that's awesome. We got some more people jumping in here. We have Jay. What's going on, Jay? And Cody as well, just in time for this week's What's in the Box. Yeah, What's in the Box is Jungle Green N64. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, we were talking, Jill and I lived together, and she's like, I need to get a present for Jared. And we were running through a couple ideas and stuff, as we tend to do. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, he's always wanted this Jungle Green N64. And I've heard them talk about this for years on end. Like, this is not a fleeting thought that Jared had.
Oh,
like,
no. Literally, I think the day I sold it to GameStop,
You were like, oh, no.
I'm like, I've made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, so she was like, well, what if we tried to find that? So we started scouring eBay, the internet, and all this stuff. We finally found one we trusted, and looked into them a lot and had good reviews. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then, so because we had to fly back from Austin, we actually shipped it to your parents' house. Mm-hmm. And your mom took it out of the box real careful, and she sent us pictures of the whole thing to make sure there was no defects or anything. And now here we are. Pretty good gift. I'm gonna watch you cry on live stream.
I know.
It's so nice.
It's so nice. Jill, I know you're in the chat. Thank you so much, and everyone else. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Go get yourself.
Freaking awesome.
Go get. You know what? Go out. Find something that you were nostalgic about and treat yourself to it. Because
Or
I
get
didn't-
yourself a Jill to treat you
or
to
have
it.
Jill somehow get in contact with her. Oh my god, almost threw up there.
Ooh, nice.
All right, that's this week's What's in the Box.
What's in the box? Is it for me? I can't wait to see.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
All right, people. TikTok. You don't get the cool graphics that we have. If you do want to see all the cool graphics and whatnot, jump over to JBuck Studios on YouTube for sure. Anyway, I didn't get to do an episode breakdown of The Mandalorian episode 5. We both love Star Wars. We both watched it. We're going to kind of give our thoughts on it. People, there will be some spoilers. I'm assuming you've watched it. It's been 5 days.
Yeah, if you haven't, get a life and watch it.
That's your own problem. I guess mute it until we do this, like waving our hands like a Muppet. Mandalorian episode 5, titled The Jedi.
Yeah, I think we knew going in what that was going to be about.
Yep, because the director of that episode was Dave Filoni, who created Ahsoka Tano.
Right.
What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it?
Awesome.
Back to
Segment's
you.
over. Moving on. No, I thought it was awesome. I loved the darker, moodier atmosphere. And I loved the more like stealth takedown approach to the action. Mm-hmm. Although it would have been nice to see, I think it was episode 3. That was, for me, that was like the peak action this season, being on the ship, taking out the stormtroopers. I thought that was probably the most fun action sequence. I would have liked to have seen, a Jedi just taking out storms of stormtroopers. Mm-hmm. Just crowds of them, because that's always fun to see. But they went almost for like the horror vibe or thriller approach with how Ahsoka moves around and the people in the city were like, they can't see her, they can't find her. So all that was really cool. The visual effects were stunning. Her costume design was perfect.
Those white lightsabers in that fog.
Really cool looking. Yeah. Just I think the word is dope.
Yes.
Yeah, dope.
I think that's the official word or the title, or like
the Jedi semicolon dope.
You see someone like do a user review and it says dope.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I know I saw a lot of people kind of comparing some Japanese inspired films with her, because it was definitely like, she's the samurai,
yeah,
the Mando is the cowboy or the Western, and it's kind of that mixture and whatnot. I thought it was absolutely awesome. It was, I remember right when I clicked play, I hit pause and I was like, oh, it's 47 minutes. We are
the
on
long
board.
one.
Like, this felt like a movie, and this is the way I think I want Star Wars. Like, this was by far the best episode, in my opinion.
I think so too.
I think you agree that it was. I know some people were kind of like, because
some people are wrong.
Exactly. Mr. I-100, I think he just said that Baby Yoda's name was revealed. Yeah, that's one kind of big thing. Yeah. You also find that he knew Yoda. He was there in the Jedi Academy on Coruscant, essentially.
Right, in the third movie.
Yep.
Timeline-wise.
Yep, timeline-wise and whatnot. So, I loved what they did here. I think this season so far is them absolutely, like, setting the seeds of spreading
other
off.
Things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's really interesting watching that happen, because I knew obviously they're building up to Ahsoka Tano. Was heavily rumored and then pretty much just confirmed. Mm-hmm. I was kind of expecting her to join in the rest of the journey. We only have a couple episodes left of this season. Mm-hmm. And when she didn't, or at least it appears that she won't, that pretty much cemented, she's getting her own series, maybe a mini series, maybe several seasons of television. I don't know, but she's definitely going to get something of her own, and that's really, really cool. I'm a big fan of Clone Wars, the animated show where she originates. Yep. And the characterization that they did on her was really, really well done. in that show, she's a kid. She's a Padawan actually training under Anakin Skywalker, to which she makes a reference in Mandalorian. And she's kind of youthful and full of hope and energy, and she's a kid, and it's a kid's show, so all those things hold up. But now, that was 30 years ago at that point, and she's become not like a dull. They didn't Luke Skywalker her. They just made her this very mature, wise character who's seen some shit,
and that ties in with it ties in with that samurai feel of everything.
Exactly,
because she's very much like methodical about everything, very slow, has a purpose of it. Because you find out that she's looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn, I believe, who, people who are fans of Star Wars and whatnot, who he is, what he's all about and whatnot. And that, Nolan, you make a lot of sense right there, where it's like, oh, we thought she'd be along for the journey of Mandalorian. No, they're setting up exactly what she has to do. She's going off, she's going to confront Thrawn for whatever the hell is going on. And some people are saying that, obviously it was created by, the character was created by Filoni. He was the one that directed it. People are saying that this is actually still set like during the time of Rebels, potentially. Because Clone Wars,
and
then
the
Rebels,
TV show,
Rebels, the TV show,
possibly,
where potentially the end of Rebels leads like right up to this and ties into it. Then there's the live action series of her going off doing her thing, going back another episode, Bo-Katan. She has her own thing too that she's going to be doing. So
also from Clone Wars.
Yep, also from Clone Wars. So I'm really curious what the hell is going to go on with potentially like episode 8. It's going to end of this season, or chapter 16 or whatever, and then Disney comes out and says, you're getting this series, you're getting this series.
Man, wouldn't that be cool?
One. I don't want them to do kind of what the movies where they got way too ahead in their head, mind. They're like, Johnson, you get a trilogy. You get a trilogy. Old Republic
Everyone
trilogy.
gets a trilogy.
The one caveat I have here, Favreau and Filoni, I think that
Head
they
them up.
both...
Yeah.
If you're given
that's your Kevin Feige duo
multiple
right there.
season or series, and they're all in this world, obviously, those two dudes, I trust them.
Yeah. Well, and if they even make it comparable to the MCU stuff that was on Netflix, which I guess isn't, I don't know if that's technically MCU anymore, but the Defenders and those guys, a couple of seasons of those shows weren't the best, but overall, they connected really well, and they were really good at telling their own stories, but also, we share a world with these other characters. So, if they kind of take that blueprint, I think it would be fantastic. And as I was just sitting here thinking, they brought back so many things from Clone Wars, and I know, like, for me, the prequel movies aren't the best, but the lore and stuff that they introduce is so interesting. And I think the Clone Wars itself is one of like the coolest like ideas, and that's what made the Clone Wars animated show so fun. I know it's a kid's show, but I enjoyed it as an adult. They kill people left and right. It goes places, man. It's really good. And I was just thinking how cool it'd be if they actually did a Clone Wars TV series focused around the 501st
live action, man.
Yeah,
dude.
Cause a gift that I got for Christmas was a little Lego set of the clone troopers, the 501st Legion. They're the blue clone troopers, and I think they're just like a fan favorite character model. I don't even think that in the movies, I don't think they were even called the 501st, but it was in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 PS2 video game. That game basically said like, the blue ones are the 501st Legion, and it tells their story and going through Order 66 and all that, and it was awesome. And I think that for me, and I know for a lot of people, that cemented them as like, these are like the coolest clone troopers. A TV show about that would be mind-blowing, like just so fun. It could be an anthology just like the Clone Wars animated series was. Just pop up on different planets and stuff, but it would be cool.
We got
I got off topic.
No, you're fine. We got some people in the chat. Mr. I100 is asking, do you think people will call Baby Yoda by his real name?
No, not a
I
chance.
still think it's 100% Baby Yoda, because the casual fan knows what Baby Yoda is.
Okay, can we say it here?
Yeah, go for it.
Grogu?
Yeah.
It's just not that good of a
name. It doesn't
name.
roll off as good as Baby Yoda. Plus, we've had a year of everyone saying Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Grogu is it's not as cute sounding. Yoda is even a better name for what Baby Yoda looks like, I think. than Grogu. But it's nice that he has a name and he can talk through the Force and stuff.
Cody is saying the Alaskan bullworm episode, aka the first episode.
He just likes worms.
Do you know Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob?
Oh,
yeah. He's saying that was his favorite episode. And the thing is, that episode was literally cinematic as hell because they filmed some of it, I think, in IMAX because the screen got bigger and whatnot. But he's saying that, Ahsoka Tano is pretty dope, and they're setting up to learn a lot of new stuff. Yeah, I think that, everyone's like, oh, we know everything about Star Wars. I think we're just scratching. Like, if they end up doing something where maybe they go to the lower levels of Coruscant, like the Mando has to go there.
That'd be so cool.
Oh, my God, and tie into material that was supposed to be in that... Star Wars 1313 video game. Dude, I still talk about
1313 would have been dope.
I still talk about that today because I was checking...
It would have been Cyberpunk, but Star Wars.
I was checking... at that time, I was checking IGN every single day for new news about Star Wars 1313. I was so excited for that. But yeah, people are excited for it. Mr. I-100 has a good point. He's saying that maybe we might get announcements of some spin-offs at the investors meeting. I think that it happens.
That's probable.
He's either saying it happens this week or maybe next week. I'm not too sure. And then over on TikTok, Logan is saying that Rosario Dawson did a great job for sure. Yeah, I loved her. She was very good for sure. That's kind of our thoughts of Mando episode 5. Absolutely loved it. Again, it's my favorite. I know some people have some more other episodes that are their favorite. I'd say 1 and 2 are very much kind of the one, or 1 and 5 are the ones that are sticking out in my mind. I know that you like that one where they're throwing the people off the ship.
Yeah, episode 3, it was a shorter one, but I just thought everything about it felt so genuinely like Star Wars. And not to be like I don't even know, not to be like a snob about it, but like some stuff that looks like super good digitally and everything, like it just doesn't quite feel right to me. That particular episode really captured almost like the magic of George Lucas's original trilogy, just with the practical effects and stuff that they're using. So major props to them for doing that, and to Jon Favreau. 'Cause Jon Favreau has always been a fan of practical effects too. I was actually watching a video today on the first Iron Man movie, which he also directed, and that big iron suit, that was practical for almost all of it.
That's cool.
It's only the scene where he comes right out of the cave that's the only CGI representation of that particular suit. And I thought that was really cool. Like, the MCU obviously leans really heavy into CGI, but for that movie in particular, a lot of it was practical.
That's
Jon Favreau, man, he knows what he's doing.
Good shit.
I think a lot of stuff in Elf was practical as well.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Zoe Saldana's hair. They had to digitally color that.
Digitally, yeah.
I do have a question, or I'm curious. People in the chat that you've watched or you're caught up on Mandalorian, where do you kind of see the next couple episodes going? Where do you want it to go? Where do you think it's going to set up for future seasons? Because we know that we're going to get seasons 3 and 4 for sure. One theory we were talking about.
I was just going to mention.
Is go ahead.
Well, if you've played the video game Jedi Fallen Order, which I highly recommend you do because it's actually incredible.
It's awesome.
That game centers on Cal Kestis, who was a Padawan during Order 66, which takes place in the 3rd movie. He escaped and goes into hiding for a number of years until he is eventually found out by the Empire, and more or less goes on a quest to retrieve a Jedi holocron, which is basically just a MacGuffin, that would contain a list of Force-sensitive children across the galaxy. And the duration, I won't spoil it because it actually is that good. It's good enough that you should go and play it. The duration of the game is kind of him searching for that list and then kind of deciding, what do I do with it if I get it? What's it going to look like? So we were talking about, what if they're they're clearly wanting to bring in characters from extended lore and from older stuff and even Legends with Thrawn. And
it's things that were well received.
Right.
Fallen Order was well received.
So we were thinking, Ahsoka told them to go to, I can't remember the planet name, but the peak on the mountain, and Grogu can reach out through the Force and a Jedi might hear him. We're thinking that Jedi could be Cal Kestis.
Man, I just got chills you saying
Yes, that would be incredible, and it'd be great because the actor who did the mocap for Cal Kestis looks exactly like the character model. So I would love to see him actually play the part in live action.
And people are saying that I think at this time in the world he would be around his 40s, maybe early 40s. You can throw some makeup on him because I think in real life he's around 30.
Yeah.
So you could easily
Or
age
you
him
could
up
just
a
be a
bit.
young 40. Have you seen Ryan Reynolds?
Exactly. Oh my God. Ooh. Wonderful. Mr. I-100, I think they already teased the next episode of them going to the Jedi Temple for Baby Yoda to meet Jedi. So,
Yep, that's what we're
that's
talking
kind of
about.
what
Yep,
we're talking
yep.
about. So I think it'd be crazy if they do have that tie in with it.
And a lot of time in stuff like this, I hope that movies and shows don't try to tie into characters we already know. Usually I'm more interested in seeing like a new character, but this one time, I really want it to be Cal Kestis. I mean, that would just be so much fun to see not only a really cool character who I really liked, but a video game character. So far, everything else has been from like TV shows and from movies, but no, this would be a video game character, completely different medium, coming into the Star Wars universe in a movie. I mean, that would be awesome. That would... Mwah.
Very, very excited.
So I guess we'll have to wait till next week.
Anyways, people, yeah, TikTok and YouTube, let us know what your guys thought of that episode and whatnot. Let's see here. Jay is saying, I'm curious to see what episode Robert Rodriguez is going to direct. I think I looked it up, and it's either next week or the week after. I'd have to double check. You can jump over to Wikipedia, and it should have the answer you're looking for there. But before we wrap this episode up, Nolan, do you have anything? Otherwise, I have a whole list of things I can talk about. Not really in depth, but just kind of announcements and whatnot.
Okay. I don't think I have anything in particular, although, we talked last week, I'm a streaming artist on Spotify and stuff, so little pluggy plug there.
Tell the people on TikTok where they can find you.
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that jazz. And right now, the song that I'm pushing on everyone it's called "Sleep Till Noon" by NPA. That's me, NPA. It's a really fun, upbeat song about depression. So, get after it, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can check that out there. And I don't know. Pop a comment on here if you like it. If you didn't, I actually would like to see some feedback and stuff about it. I'm pretty much just starting out in the music career, but I did produce the song myself, wrote it myself, and all that jazz. So I'm excited to keep going and keep growing. And that's the music. And then also, if you need editing for YouTube videos, if you need music, if you're writing music yourself and you want someone to help you out with that, maybe mix it, produce it, whatever. Room 56 Studios, it's a company that Jared and I we founded and we're running. You can go to www.room56studios.com to see examples of our work. And to send us a quote, send us any creative project you want to work on, just let us know and we'll see what we can do. We've had a lot of fun so far. We've gotten to work with some guys that Jared has gotten to know through YouTube. We've got a couple different corporate clients floating around. So, it's been really successful. And but we are looking to grow. We are looking for new stuff. So even if you want someone to edit your TikToks and whatever, let us know. I mean, Jared does all his TikToks and they're fun. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, people on TikTok, thank you so much for following. But people on YouTube, go follow my TikTok, JBuck Studios. Nolan, though, check him out. NPA, great stuff over there. But also extremely talented because it ties in with Shot Ones. You did pretty much a majority of all of the editing for it and everything like that. Plus, we're going to slap Room 56 on that for sure. But that ties in with that will be available this week on Patreon for Patreon members. I don't know why I keep saying it that weird that way.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Petrol.
Patreon members, you will get early access to Shot Ones, and then it will be available on YouTube. But man, I'm so glad that the way that turned out. Thank you so much for doing that.
Absolutely, that was fun.
Yeah, and then a few other things. The SoCo Show is a podcast that I am always on with my two buddies, Cody and Seth, in the chat. Go and check it out. Highly produced, well thought out, awesome, fun podcast. The SoCo Show. Be sure to go listen to that and follow that.
When does that next episode come out? Because I'm on it.
every episode comes out Thursday or Friday.
Thursday, okay.
Thursday or Friday. So it came out already.
Oh, I gotta
came
check it
last
out.
week. Yeah.
I didn't.
unless Cody didn't get to editing it. Reaction videos, my first watch and reaction. Scream 4, right now, it's done. I am just continuously fighting copyright issues on YouTube. So it might be uploaded in 10 minutes. It might be uploaded in 10 days. Who really knows? Because YouTube doesn't like me. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like me, but I will be doing more of those reaction videos. If you guys have movies and franchises you want me to do first watch and reactions to, let me know on Twitter, in the comments down below, anything like that. But
he does sex tapes too.
Yeah, check out my OnlyFans. Otherwise, I think not really a whole bunch of stuff. I'm kicking around the idea of a morning show twice a week. That kind of central goes around very much laid back like this, but also gaming. Stay tuned for that. That's me just throwing around ideas. That's me thinking cool. I have a bunch of time. I really don't have time. So all of that stuff, definitely check it out. Really excited. Cody is saying the episode for the SoCo show with NPA is up. Go and listen to it. You go and listen to it. All that fun stuff. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. Nolan, got any last things before we tell these fine people that tuned in? Anything?
Elephants don't like pizza.
Oh, my God. Okay, people, if you don't...
You'll find out when you watch Shot Ones.
Yeah, it's a joke from Shot Ones. Anyways, thank you all, everyone that tuned in this week. It's awesome. You guys are the bestest. And then TikTok as well. Thank you so much. Logan, thank you so much for being active over there, sir. And we will see you guys next week. And Nolan, you'll be here one more week, right?
One more week.
And
then my contract is up.
Yep, we're going to have to fire him from the show. But thank you guys, and we are out of here.